Few people embody the American dream like Morty Davis, an investment banker, entrepreneur, economist, political analyst, and venture capitalist. He has helped raise over $3 billion for more than 400 companies. Morty shares insights on the most pressing political, economic, and social issues of our time.
Welcome back, you, my favorite people in the world, who join me every Wednesday, 6:30, to review the events of the week. But this week, we're not going to do that because, as all usual, breaking news and headlines are too depressing. So we have to overcome that introduction, and we're only dealing with happy events today, consistent with the book you see in front of you on the screen. It's not on the screen, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the screen.
Not featured. It's way up in the corner.
Right there. There, he's right in the center. Go ahead.
Um, I'm
No.
I'm very excited. Uh, we have a very exciting show today with one of the world's funniest comedians. Bobby Collins is here to share his insights on how laughter is the best medicine. Whenever we talk about happiness, smiling and laughing is the best medicine. Hailed by the New York Times as the most natural comedian working today, Bobby Collins, the comedy sensation known for his sharp, relatable humor that hits home with audience everywhere. From his New York roots to touring with icons like Frank Sinatra, Cher, and Dolly Parton, Bobby's charm has made him a household name in the world of comedy.
Okay. So we have two very funny people here today. We have Bobby Collins and we have Morty Davis, who is really a very funny person.
I know he is.
Yes, yes, he's both successful, as I heard you are. He's very successful in business, but he really has a fabulous sense of humor, and he goes through life making others laugh just as you do. So we should discuss, life has its challenges, and the way to overcome challenges is really through laughter. So tell us about, how you use laughter to benefit others. Let's start with you.
Well, when I was young, growing up in Queens, New York, when I was young, uh, everybody was involved in something, and I wasn't. But there was something about the people around me that they liked laughter, and I was funny, they said. And I would laugh and girls like funny guys. So I started to use my humor as a path to me. I'd come home and I saw my parents always watching the Tonight Show, and they always loved when there was a comedian on. All the guys. They'd come on TV, and I'd turn around, and I'd be lying on the floor. I'm 12, and I'd see them laughing, and I said, "I can do this. I can do this." And then I just always loved comedy and comics. And then I started to go to comedy clubs and perform. And I loved it. And I said, oh, this is great. And then I got a job at Calvin Klein. And I didn't like it, but all the girls that used to come in from around the country to order, I'd ask them what they were doing tonight. They'd say, oh, we're writing orders, in their hotel. And I said, well, I do stand-up comedy. Why don't you come down to Catch a Rising Star? They would jam in because they had nothing else to do. And New York, the city scared them. So they'd come in, and next thing you know, I'd be like a headliner all over. It was fun. People, you make them laugh, and they forget about what's happening on television and their personal lives, their worries. It makes them look at themselves, hold up a mirror, and say, growth means change. Change doesn't always mean growth. And they change the way they look at things. And you helped them because you made them laugh rather than be judgmental or mean. You know how it is.
You grew up in the same vicinity as our president, Donald Trump.
Oh God, we used to hear stories about him when we were kids. Yeah, unbelievable.
Daddy, tell him tell him a little about your growing up.
Well, it's too sad.
It's too sad.
Why? Where'd you grow up?
I tell him about how you got mommy to marry you. Yeah. He got all the girls too, except he was married already by 21.
Oh God.
My mother was 17.
I'm 13 years older than my wife.
Wow.
I know. I met her when I was 17 and she was only 4. And I and I took a wagon down by the school. She'd come out and I'd open the door. I go, "Hey, little girl, you want some candy? You want?" No.
You enticed her. You know how to reach a woman.
Yeah, right.
Candy. Especially a 4-year-old woman.
It's crazy, crazy.
No, I was 21 and my wife was not even 18.
Oh
And
wow.
we got married. And then we had 4 daughters.
What were the first words she said to you?
First,
Words that mommy said to you.
I forgot.
You went. You didn't forget. You went to her and said,
I think my brother knows you.
right. And what did she say?
She said, "Who cares?" and walked away. I don't recommend that as an opening line.
Oh, I don't either.
I went to a Hebrew parochial school, a yeshiva,
Huh.
and there were no girls there. I never knew how to talk to girls, so that's the only line I could think of.
Oh,
In those days, we didn't have telephones. We went to a corner drugstore, a grocery, candy store, and used the phone there. So before I even got on the phone with a girl, I was so nervous. I rehearsed for a half hour. What am I going to say?
Look at you, the shy boy.
Yeah, now I found the best line.
What is it?
Every girl I see a beautiful girl on the street, I say, "What's your excuse?" And everybody has this guilty thing.
Right.
What do you mean? What's I said, "What's your excuse for looking so beautiful?" And right away they respond positively.
Right.
So,
Here in California, I look at some beautiful women. I go, "Excuse me, were you voted the prettiest girl in California?" Oh, they smile and they're friendly. I go, "Thank you." You know.
that's a good line.
Yeah. Then I tell them I'm married.
That'll do it. Tell him the matchmaker joke, Daddy.
These
$1,000,000 joke.
days they don't care.
Yeah.
They-
I met my wife. Remember, what's his name? The radio guy there in New York. Well known, the older guy.
A comedian?
No, the radio guy.
Walter Winchell?
No, he's there now. He's still on. The hell is his name?
Grant?
No.
Now it's time to tell the rose joke, Daddy.
Okay, well.
Go ahead, tell it.
Yeah, at my age, I celebrated this year the 66th anniversary of my 30th birthday.
Oh my God, look at you.
Try not to look at me.
So tell the rose.
Congratulations.
So memory is not one of the things you keep.
I know. Tell me about it. I'm going through something now where they tell me I have a vascular brain disease. And I said, "What does that mean?" They says, "Well, it could lead to Alzheimer's, but I'm doing a lot of reading. I'm doing a lot of, brain gym, all that stuff, just to keep moving."
Two older Jewish guys are walking along.
Yeah.
And their wives are walking behind them. And the one Jewish guy says to his friend, "Last night I took my wife to a restaurant. It was so fabulous. They gave us steaks, big portions, so delicious. the drinks were up to the top of the glass. Everything was so special. The desserts were to die from.
Oh,
So his friend says to him, "Wow, that sounds fabulous. What was the name of the restaurant?" He said,
uh,
"The name of the restaurant, the name of the restaurant. What's the name of that flower that is red usually and has
Thorns.
thorns in the stem?"
Rose.
That's it. You got it. The guy says, "Rose." He says, "Oh, yeah." He turns to his wife. "Rose, what was the name of the restaurant we went to?"
I know what you mean. I got to
I
tell you.
like to, I just saw a memory joke I love. This this group of guys get together every year for their, the reunion. So
Right.
for their fifth reunion, they say, "Where should we go?" And they all talk about it. "Well, let's go to La Marais. I heard the service is fabulous there." Then they get together for their 10th reunion. They say, "Where should we go?" They say, "You know what? Let's go to La Marais. I heard the food is fabulous there." They get together for their 20th. "Where should we go?" "You know what?" After discussion, they decide, "Let's go to La Marais." They're so nice there and they're kind and they go to La Marais. Then it comes their 40th reunion. They say, "Where should we go?" "You know what? Let's go to La Marais. We've never been there. Let's go there."
That's a good one.
Yeah.
These old guys tell jokes whenever they get together.
I know.
So instead of telling the joke, taking a lot of time, they put numbers on all their jokes. One guy says 45. So, and nobody's laughing. So he says, "What's wrong with you guys? That's our favorite joke.
Right.
How come you're not laughing?" Guy says, "It's the way you told it."
Oh, God.
What's your favorite joke? What do you like to joke about?
Oh, I talk about everything. I talk everything from politics to my wife to I don't know. I stand on the stage. I tell, family is too much. I go, my wife's Italian from Italy. Hairy woman. We vacuum a lot. People think we have cats. And I go into stories about her, and the audience loves it.
I heard some of them very funny.
They love it. They love it. Politics, break it down. What's a poly? An expensive trained bird that repeats everything you say. What's a tick? It's the blood-sucking insect. People get involved in politics. Oh my God, these people work for us. They work for us. We pay their salaries, and it's a large salary for each of them. So we got to put them to work. They work for us, and the audience applauds. And I go, I did. Wife got really mad at me. I went in the front yard and I put like three Syrian flags, and then I put an ISIS flag and a Proud Boy flag all around the yard, sitting in front of my yard right now. I could FaceTime. Local police, sheriff, Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, Secret Service. I'm saving $59 a month on home security. They like that. I go, don't forget when we were kids, remember I pledge allegiance to the flag, the Constitution, we the people, for the people. You gotta let the people know that, what you're thinking about and what's going on in our country is ridiculous. And they smile and they like it.
No, you have to laugh at the politics because otherwise you would cry.
Oh, and if somebody hollers out something, "I love Donald Trump," I look at him, I go, when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. Other people feel the pain. Same thing when you're stupid.
He's doing some good things. You want to tell some marriage jokes?
Oh, go ahead.
In this community, we do shidduchim. You know what shidduchim is?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Page 222. In Kalaheinu.
No, shidduchim is, my daughter's arranged for about at least 60 marriages.
Oh, wow.
So Tedechem is arranging boys to meet girls that they think is appropriate,
Each other,
guy.
right.
So one guy comes to the rabbi and says, "I'm ready to get married. Have you got a shidduch for me? Got a marriage?" He says, "Oh, I got a special girl for you." He says, "Really? Is she beautiful?" "Well, not so beautiful. She's rather plain looking and so forth. But she comes with $1 million. He comes with $1 million. All right, make the shidduch." He says, well, before he walks out, he says, "Is she personable? Is she charming?" He said, "I have to tell you the truth. She's very unattractive. People think she's repulsive, but she comes with $1 million." So he says, she comes with $1 million. Make the shidduch. He says, what about her? What's the word?
Yes, her heritage, like her background,
Family.
like
What?
her family. What?
No, there's a word for it.
There's no English word.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What about her? Anyway, well, what about her roots? What about her family?
Right.
So he says, well, her father has been thrown out of 7 synagogues already,
Well,
and her mother's a big yenta. So not so great, but she comes with $1 million.
right.
He says, all right, make the shidduch. And with that, he walks out. 6 months later, 7 months later, he comes back. "Oh, Gewalt, what did you do to me?" Rabbi says, "What's wrong?" He says, "The girl I married not only doesn't come with $1 million, but I'm supporting her father and her brothers." So the rabbi says, "That could be, but all the rest of what I told you was right." You get 3 out of 4, what are you complaining?
You got it.
Huh?
This is my second. My first wife, I wasn't married for a year. And she lives in my same building.
What do you expect if you marry a 4-year-old?
No, this was this was my first wife. She still lives in the same building that I have a condo in New York City. And every time I see her, she's walking her dogs and she's always going, "Hey, Bobby, how are you?" And I'm friendly, but I'm not that friendly. And then one day we're walking, she looked at me and she goes, "Do you remember what you said to me when we were when we were married and walking?" And I said, I knew, but I didn't say that I remembered. I said, "What was it?" She said, "You said to me, if I stayed with you, my head would explode." And I said, "Oh, I was only kidding around." "No, you weren't."
That's funny.
You know.
A guy goes to the rabbi. He says, "Rabbi, I think my wife is trying to poison me. What could I do?" He says, "I know your wife. I talk to her sometimes after the prayers and so forth.
Yeah.
Come back, I'll talk to her. Come back in 8 days." He says, "Okay." Comes back in 8 days. "Well, Rabbi, what about it?" He said, "Well, I spoke to your wife 4 hours on Monday, 5 hours on Tuesday, 6 hours on Wednesday, and 10 hours on Thursday." He says, "My advice to you is take the poison."
Move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Another guy's driving along. Suddenly he hears a siren. The cop stops him. He says, "What did I do? I never got a ticket. I never got a traffic violation in my life." He says, "I'm not stopping you to give you a traffic violation. I just wanted to tell you, your wife flew out of your car 10 miles back." He said, "Oh, Oh, thank God. I thought I was going deaf.
Were you friendly with Jackie Mason?
I knew Jackie. Matter of fact, I still run into him every once in a while over down there at.
I hope you don't run into him now.
No, no.
He
I,
died. He died.
Deaf.
yes, yes.
Okay.
But his daughter is doing stand up.
Yeah, seen
Yeah.
it.
But I'd run into him down at I forgot the name of the club. He'd always be eating there down on the corner of like Sixth Broadway and Sixth Avenue down the Village. He always liked that place.
My father and him grew up together.
Is that right?
Yeah, my father sponsored two of his movies.
Oh my God!
They
Oh
didn't
my!
come out, but we have them.
He never finished them. I gave him $2 million.
Oh.
I have them in a can.
Why didn't they ever come out?
He never finished them, and well, why don't we finish them?
I don't know. I don't know how funny they are. He was very funny.
he was a character.
Yeah,
You love some of his jokes.
Yeah.
You love all his jokes.
he says, to the audience, he says, the Jews don't drink much, Christians, Gentiles drink a lot.
Right.
He says, so a Jewish guy's in a Jewish guy's in a restaurant, and they bring him a piece of cake. He says, "You call that a piece of cake? Give me a piece of cake, So they give the same slice of cake to a Gentile guy.
Right.
He looks at it. He says, "Happy birthday to you." Its point is they never take dessert. They don't want to ruin their appetite or their
Right. People love all the stories. Tell people stories about personal or whatever, and people relate to it. And that's wonderful about doing comedy.
But go ahead, tell us another story.
What else can I?
Tell us, I know you talk about your parents in Florida.
Oh God, yes. I go. My mom and dad are down in Florida. Dad's 87, mom's 79. I went down there. I was working in a couple of theaters. I called up my two brothers and I said, "Hey, listen, I got some time. I think I'm going to stop in and visit mom and dad." Both my brothers went, "Why?" I go, "What do you mean, why? There was a pandemic. There was so much going on. I haven't seen them." They said, "You'll see." So I stopped in to visit them. And between you and I stayed maybe 9 minutes. They can't hear anymore. The television was on 100. Aircraft overhead, passengers. Ah! My father sitting next to me screams in my ear, "What time is it?" I look at him. My mother comes from another room. She goes, "Why does he need a dime?" He looks at me. He goes, "I feel fine." I go, "This is what's happening to all of us." And I go, and they can't hear. And every once in a while, they get together. They get you alone to tell you how crazy the other one is. My mother's looking and she goes, "Your father's not the same man I married." I go, "Ma, he's 87. Kill him. Take a pillow, put it on his head when he's sleeping and sit on it. They're not going to bother you." Mom's drawing features on her head that previously didn't exist. She drew these lines for eyebrows, straight up. She looked like Pokemon. Nobody in the family said a word because they thought she had an idea. You go on and forget about the lipstick at this point. All this foolishness. It's your mom. You talk about them, you love them, but you let them know it. You let the people laugh because they see that about their parents.
Yeah. My father hates Florida.
They have gated trailer parks. Why? Gated trailer parks. "Hey, Freddie, you want to go rob a bank?" "No, I need a new wheel. There's a park over there."
I love the fact that they have a guard at the entry. You know, it's like a private private camp or hotel or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Every one of them has a guard at the guard is about 102.
No,
I don't know what he's capable of guarding.
and they play pickleball.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a groin ailment.
They're replacing all the tennis courts with pickleball.
I know. Guy came over to me. He says, "Bobby, do you play pickleball?" I go, "No, I like women." You know.
Women are getting onto those pickleball courts.
Oh gosh, I know. It's crazy.
My father doesn't like flying. He doesn't really travel.
I'm on a plane. I'm on a plane tomorrow.
Tell him, you have a million airline jokes.
A plane crashes offshore in Long Island, like a mile offshore.
Right?
So the pilot says, everybody out, the plane's sinking fast. Those of you with, what do you call
Life
them?
jacket.
Life,
Vest.
Vest.
Yeah, life vests.
Life vests. We're only a mile from shore. Start heading to shore.
Right.
Those of you that are good swimmers, we're only a mile from shore. Start swimming towards shore.
Right.
And the rest of you, we want to thank you for flying Lufthansa airline.
It's crazy airlines now. I sat next to a girl next to me. She had these spider eye webs on her eyes, those eyelashes, spider one. And it was hot on the plane. I looked over. I asked, "Excuse me, could you fan me? Could you fan me?" Another guy had metal on his ears. These looks like metal ears. And he looked at me. I was staring at him. He went, "What?" I said, "You got wheels in your ears." He says, "You like them?" I go, "Sir, you have wheels in your ears." And then I couldn't believe it. He had a sports jacket. And I go, "Where you going?" He goes, "I'm going on a job interview." I said, "Watch my lips. You're not going to get the job." He goes, "Why not?" "You got wheels in your ears." They don't get it. People don't have mirrors in their homes anymore. Crazy.
Two Polish guys are on the going to Florida.
Oh, Florida's a trip. Florida.
They get there early, so they sit in the first class seats.
I know. Average age, dead.
So they what do you call it? They take first class seats.
Right.
The plane is about to take off, and the people who have the seats are standing next to them, and they're arguing with them. "Those are
Right.
our seats. Would you please move?" They said, "We're not moving. We got here early. We're the first one. Don't tell us to move. First come, first served, you know, that kind of." They said, "But those are our seats." They said, "Don't fool us. We're not dumb. We're not moving. We got the first seats first."
Right.
So the stewardess comes. She says, "Would you please move? I'll give you the same food that they have in first class, everything."
Right.
They said, "Don't try to bribe us. We got here first. We want to keep these seats." They don't know what to do. The plane can't take off. Finally, she calls the head steward. He tells them, "We'll give you free tickets to fly anywhere in the world. Just moving them back to the regular seats." They said, "We're not moving. We got these great seats. We came early." So the captain comes out in due course and says, "What's holding up the flight? You didn't give me the release signal."
Right.
So they said, "These two guys won't move." They said, they explained, "We promised them everything, free meals, free flights to anywhere. I don't know what to do." So he walks over to them and whispers in their ear, and all of a sudden they head for the back. He said, wow, that's amazing. What did you tell him? I just told him those two seats don't fly to Miami.
They
They
don't,
don't what?
they
Those,
don't land in Miami.
those two seats don't go to Miami.
Oh, God.
You could stay forever telling Polish jokes.
Oh,
Or I
God.
say Polish and not a big
My mother was Polish, so I could help Polish jokes. Other people tell them as like Italian jokes. That depends.
Right, right. You're right. I tell stories about everything that happened to me on a daily basis, from cleaning out the basement, come up with stories on that, to Florida, how the longest red lights in the world are in Florida. I stopped, and people bring blankets and pillows. I stopped at a red light. There's 4 cars in front of me. Their light changes. I'm honking. I'm going, come on, let's move. It's broken. Let's go. They're like, no, I'm gonna stay here. And they cuddle up with their pillows. It's crazy. And they're the worst drivers you've ever seen.
Yeah, but the amazing thing is, for years now, they're trying to get driverless cars to work.
Right.
And in Miami, they've had it for years. So they say, what do you mean? I said, I often look in the car and there's no driver and it's moving along because the little old lady is so short, she's
Right.
lower than the dashboard and she's driving. So I think it's driverless.
They have those cars here in California. They call them Waymos. No driverless cars. I would never get in a car that was driverless. I'm from New York. You know us. We're backseat drivers. We're like, oh, you got to make a left right here. No, over here. They keep, no, you can't do it.
You can't criticize the
Right, right.
what is it, the robots or the
Oh, God. And we're New Yorkers. I'm here in California. You know, New Yorkers live quick, die quick, talk quick. Like these, I can't find my car. Give me a gun. Oh, my God.
Tell us about your daughters. My father has 4 daughters. You have 3 daughters.
No, I have 2.
Oh, you have 2?
I have 2. One just gave me a grandson. She's 33, and she moved with her husband, who opens restaurants. He builds and operates, and he's in Utah. They moved to Utah. So we went to visit him, and I was like glad to come back.
That's
And
become the hottest place, Utah.
it is. It's nice, and the
Not
people,
just in heat, but
a lot of what's the religion there?
Mormon.
Mormon. Oh God, a lot. And I don't know. I'm not I'm not that guy. I like California, but I love New York. I'm going there tomorrow, and I just love it. I don't know. It taught me a lot. New York, growing up, how to handle situations. California. California is a little bit too. Well, everything's about money, money, money. It's crazy.
That's the whole United States.
I know. It's all crazy, but I even said this on the stage the other night. I went to Home Depot, and I looked around, and guess who walked in? Vanilla Ice. All the people that were working there ran out. Most of the audience didn't know who Vanilla Ice was. Crazy world, crazy.
When you're brought up in New York, you have a lot of interesting experiences.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Memorable experience. I was once ice skating, in
Sure.
Rockefeller Center. They have
The round, sure.
You look down and there's an ice skating rink. Have you ever been there?
Yes. Love it.
So I was ice skating with my daughters. I don't know how to ice skate. So I hit a little bump, a little scratch in the ice.
Right.
Flew up in the air and landed on my behind.
Right.
It hurt like anything. A little kid, in the center of the good skaters there are in the middle of the rink doing all kind of tricks.
Right.
So,
Twirling.
yeah, all kind of fabulous skaters. A little kid comes running up to me after I fall and says, Mister, could you do that again? My friend missed it.
And my other daughter, I have a special needs daughter. She doesn't walk or talk. She's got a chromosome disorder, but she's my favorite. I just love her to pieces.
Oh, yeah,
Matter of fact, she's at a program right now, and she's got 2-on-1 every day with her. And I make sure I get up first thing in the morning and run out and get my kiss. And she's just wonderful.
How old is she?
Now, they told her she wouldn't live till 10, and now she's 31.
And she has a decent existence?
Yes. Oh, yes. They keep her busy. She goes into the pool. She's got people that help her. She's got a lot of different, things that she does, from going to the movies with her crew to.
Does she appreciate your humor?
Oh, I don't think she understands it, but when she comes to a show, she looks at me, and when other people are laughing, she laughs. She's wonderful. She's only little, real little. If you saw her, you'd think she was maybe 12. But she's my favorite. God first, family second, career third. Put one ahead of the other. You got to get back on where you got off.
That's true.
A guy goes to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist is treating him. So he lays on the couch for an hour. And he gets up. He says, well, what about it, doctor? The psychiatrist says, you're nuts. He says, oh, yeah? I want a second opinion. He says, you want a second opinion? You're ugly, too.
Got the Rorschach test. But the psychiatrist, he gives the Rorschach.
Oh, God. I'm still trying to think of that radio guy, Howard Stern.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
One time he opened a club in New Jersey.
He's now on television, too.
Is he on television, too?
Yeah, he got paid a big bonus, like $50 million. Oh,
God.
Sirius, when Sirius was set up.
Well, he came to me and he said, Bobby, I'm opening up a club. Will you open for the first night there? Would you be the headliner for the first night? I went, sure. How much? He paid okay. I went there and I was sitting in the back with him in the green room. And the manager, a beautiful girl, comes walking in, puts down a couple of drinks for us. And she bent over right in front of me. And her butt was right there. And I looked and I go, oh, that's beautiful. Then she turned around and she had the most gorgeous eyes. And I was like, excuse me. And she said, don't say a word to me. I heard you're a snake. I go, who told you that? And she pointed to a guy that was that worked for Howard Stern. I said, and I knew him. I said, no, I'm going to take you out to dinner. I'm going to pick up the check. I'm going to open the car door for you. I'm going to treat you wonderful. I go, but then I'm going to look to, maybe, get in there. And that's the girl I married.
4-year-old.
No, that was his first one.
A guy's at the cemetery crying. He's banging on the tombstone.
Right.
Why did you die? Why did you die? Why did you die? A guy at the adjacent cemetery plot comes up to him. Mister, you're so broken up. Was that your wife? He says, no. He says, so why are you so broken up? He says, that was my wife's last husband.
Why? Oh, God. You're funny.
My father has a joke for everything. And he keeps us laughing. My mother was the same way.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Never.
Lawrence, Long Island. Oh, God. I remember we'd go out there to the beach, Jones Beach, West End 2. Park your car, you walk 30 miles to the water. Even the seagulls packed a lunch in a thermos.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I
God.
never went to
Yeah.
Jones.
You never went there?
They had concerts
I
there.
hear about it all the
I
time.
remember there. We played there opening for, who was I opening for at the Cher?
Nice.
She was great. She was,
Yeah, she's a great actress.
yeah, but she's getting older now.
Who is
We
it?
all are.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So tell me, what's the best form of happiness? To produce happiness? What?
Oh, I think the best form comes from the inside out. You're trying to tell people who you are and they relate to it. And they make you feel like they feel as if they've grown up with you and they're the best friends. And then they laugh when they're like you're hanging around talking like we are now. They love that.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh, my father talks a lot about how in our book, how, people think that money is what causes happiness.
Nah,
Right. So you must have a lot of jokes about money and making money and
right. I tell people how, same thing you're saying is about, it's not about the money. It's about what's in your heart. It's compassion, it's dignity, it's respect. Above all, it's love. And you can't put a price on that.
Sure. How what mommy said about you with the gas station attendant,
Yeah,
because you worked so hard.
that's not a funny joke. That's a good lesson.
What?
They stop, husband and wife stop at the gas station.
Right?
So the husband goes to the men's room, to the lavatory. He comes back. She's having a serious conversation with the guy putting the gas in. He says, "So what did you have so much to talk to a gas station attendant?"
Right.
She says, "That was my boyfriend in high school." He says, "That was your boyfriend in high school? Think what would be if you married him, your husband would be a gas station attendant."
Right.
No, if I married him, he'd be the chief executive of a company, and you'd be a gas station attendant.
That's true. My mother made a big difference in my father's life.
I bet. I bet.
Yeah. No, it's a great joke. Oh, we're
Well,
on jokes. The magician joke I love.
What's the name of the ship that sunk?
The Titanic.
Janet.
Rose.
The Titanic.
Rose.
The Titanic goes down, right?
Yeah.
Sinks. And everybody's running around trying to get lifeboats. They didn't,
Right.
they didn't prepare enough lifeboats because they thought it was such a great ship. It was invulnerable.
Right.
So there was not enough. But the magician managed to grab one, and him and his parrot get on a lifeboat, and they dive off the Titanic. And this parrot always gives away his jokes. Whenever he's telling a joke, it's behind his ear, it's behind it.
Right.
He put it in his vest pocket. For 3 days, he doesn't say a word. After 3 days, he says, "All right, I give up. What did you do with the ship?" You didn't get it.
I got it.
A delay, a little delay.
Little delay.
A
But
little delay. He got it. He got it.
A guy in the Arab world, that part of the world,
yeah.
the Middle East. So a camel is very vital to their life.
Right.
Goes through the desert, doesn't need water. So if you steal a camel, you the punishment is death by stoning. Get stoned to death.
Oh, wow.
But in order to be guilty, you have to bring witnesses that actually saw you do it. So this guy's accused of killing a camel.
Right.
Witnesses. The judge says to him, you're guilty, and as a result, next week, Tuesday, in the backyard of the courthouse, there's going to be 10 men that throw rocks at you. You're going to die by
Stone.
stoning.
Stone.
Stoning. I said, oh my God. But the judge says, but if you like, we could leave it in the hands of Allah. And you go through a test. And if you survive the test,
Oh, God.
you get you could wind up crippled, maimed, blinded, but you get out. So he says, what's the test? Well, you have to go through 3 tents.
So much for keeping it clean.
Right, right.
It's clean. So the first tent, he says, well, what's the 3 tents? The first tent, you got to drink a barrel of wine within 10 minutes.
Okay.
The second tent is a vicious tiger with an impacted tooth. You got to reach in and remove that tiger's
Oh,
tent. The third tent is a beautiful woman, a nymphomaniac. You got to have sex with her for a half hour. He said, let me get this straight. The first tent, I got to drink a barrel of wine within 10 minutes. The second one, that's a vicious tiger with an impacted tooth. I got to pull out the tiger's tooth with my bare hands. And the third one is a beautiful woman, a nymphomaniac. I have sex with her. So I said, all right, I'll take my chances with that. So he goes ahead. I said, let me get this straight. The first tent, I got to drink a barrel of wine within 10 minutes.
right,
Second one is a vicious tiger with an impacted tooth.
right.
I got to pull out this tooth with my bare hands. And third one is a beautiful woman, nymphomaniac. I got to have sex with her. All right, I'll take a chance. So he goes in the first one, 9 minutes and 47 seconds. He comes out, he's woozy, drunk. He doesn't know which way his foot.
Right.
So he goes to the second tent, finally finds the second tent. He can't even find it. And he goes in. The tent is shaking and screaming. You hear tigers screaming. He's screaming. He comes out bloody, bleeding. Everything is torn and so forth. And he steps out and says, okay, now show me the way to the tent with the woman with the impacted tooth.
We kept it clean for most of the show.
Oh, yeah. I would have liked him
It's
to beef
amazing.
it up.
It's amazing how many people at the end of the joke, they're wondering what, then they get it. Oh, yeah.
I liked it. I liked it. Uh,
Great.
uh,
Got into this. Tell the alligator. That's a great one.
Oh, a guy's a very wealthy man in
Yeah.
Florida, has a big estate with a beautiful mansion on it, and he's having a party there. There's a little small part of the river ends on his property, and it has a bunch of guests. And he gives a challenge to all his guests. The lake, incidentally, or the river, is full of alligators and crocodiles and snakes and everything. So it says, he announces to his guests, anybody who jumps in the river and makes it to the other side and survives, I'll give him anything he wants. My mansion, my jet plane, my
Yacht.
my yacht, anything he wants. So all of a sudden, nobody's going taking him up on it.
right.
They're all looking at that It's appealing, but they're not going. All of a sudden, one guy's in the water going like as fast as he could. Alligator's at his one leg, a crocodile's at the other leg, a snake is chasing, and he's going, and he barely makes it to the other side, an inch away, or he would have been dead, you know.
Right.
So the owner, the host says, "Wow, that was fabulous. You are such a hero. You are so brave." He says, "What do you want?" He says, "What do I want? I want the guy who pushed me. I want the guy who pushed me in."
That's how we often feel in life. Who pushed us into this?
I know. But from reading the book, I got to tell you, and reading, I couldn't read all of it because I didn't have 700 pages to read. But
It's 365 pages, one page for every day of the year.
you're right.
Every page has jokes, humor.
I see it. I was reading some of it.
A collection of all the wisest individuals, philosophers.
You're right.
Bishop,
Psychologists, this, that. I love it.
Dale Carnegie. So I accumulated that because my goal in life is to make people happy. You know, I wish everybody could be happy so they'd stop killing each other and having wars, and it's so outrageous.
It's so true. So true.
And the United States, sadly, is the worst of all, because our biggest exports, the biggest thing that the Wall Street is excited about, the hottest stocks this year have been the defense stocks.
Right.
And you know, when I was young, maybe you remember, but the Defense Department was called something else. You know what it was called?
What's that?
The War Department.
Yeah.
So they didn't think that was so smart, you know, it's not a. So they made the Defense Department, just like when somebody passes away, you hear the guy's father died. So you don't walk up to him and say, "I'm sorry your father dropped dead." I think you say, "I'm sorry he passed away." So there's a nicer way. Defense, nobody could vote against defense. All the congressmen, whatever they bring up, they vote for defense, right? And not only that, but all 50 states get part of the contract because they're big contracts for lots.
Right.
But so when they get back to their state, they rave. I just got a bunch of jobs for the community. We're going to build submarines. We're going to build tanks. So every you know, when the Soviet Union broke up, they said we're going to have a big dividend because we won't have to spend so much money on defense.
Right.
And it broke up. We're spending much more than we ever spent.
Ugh.
I'm writing a book now. I'm pointing out how sad it is that not one congressman or one president or his wife or his children will ever get killed by a foreign attack. And the United States has never been attacked.
Is that amazing?
But every one of them will lose a wife and a kid and the most loved ones to cancer, to heart disease.
Sure.
All of the terrible diseases. And to get money, they cut the budget for health because that's not a high priority.
You're right.
But one of the Trump's, what was her name? She's, the senator from Iowa, they said they're cutting the health care. So she said, well, that's okay. We all die anyway. So that's the sensitivity they have.
I know.
But we have such poor valuation.
I know. I did a show the other night with Jay Leno, and you know who was in the audience? Adam Schiff, the congressman.
Yeah, from Florida. We're from Florida.
No, from California.
California, I'm sorry.
So of course I did my political stuff.
Let's hear it political.
No, I just didn't. I didn't praise politicians, and I started to talk about Trump. You know, this guy is a convicted felon. He's our president. what is it? What happened? Uh,
Impeachments.
and two impeachments. Thank you. Stick with me.
Okay.
Two impeachments. He had a university that closed down.
90 indictments.
Right.
Oh, he's doing
31
great.
indictments.
Anyway, the guy's doing interviews on the street.
Right.
Walks up to a woman, who are you voting for? She says, I'm not voting. Says, how come? You're not voting at all? No. How come? She says, it only encourages them.
Right. That's good. Oh, God. It's sad. We're living in a sad state with a sad guy that's leading.
Bobby Collins, you're the best guest I ever had.
Oh, stop it.
Thank
Listen.
you. Yeah, you're fabulous. I enjoyed your every word you said.
Well, thanks for having me, and I love seeing your daughter.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
See, he knows what to say to women.
When I had 4 daughters,
Yeah.
they told me the father pays for the weddings.
Right.
That's the custom. I said, oh my God, I'll go broke.
Yeah.
So early on, I bought a ladder and for ways out the window so they could elope.
Right.
None of them followed that advice, and I practically went broke from all those.
I know. You won with them.
But you can't help me. I was going to ask you how you make a son.
I just loved having a grandson. It's nice. What a feeling.
Yeah. You know, I had 4 daughters, then my first grandchild was a girl again.
Oh, God.
But finally, the next one, the first one for my grandson was a boy, you know.
Ah,
So I saw that protrusion.
right.
I never saw it before. My 4 daughters didn't have it. My granddaughter.
Thank God.
I said, what is that? Do you lift them up? What is it was such a novelty.
That's
But
nice.
now, thank God, my wife passed away about 3.5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had our first great grandchild
Ah,
before she passed away. As a matter of fact, on the day she died, we had a granddaughter, great.
right.
And they named her after my wife because once she's dead, in the Jewish religion, you could name the Sephardic Jews, name them even after live, but the Ashkenazi Jews.
Ah,
So we now have, I think this year, what do we have? 90, we have 98.
geez. 98.
Everybody I walk into, I say, are you my grandchild? They say, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Great grandpa.
God bless you. You're a wonderful.
It was a pleasure.
You're
It was a pleasure being here with you, Marty.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was our pleasure.
2 fun people.
Too fun. And you, too, the interpreter.
And our listeners were lucky. Warren, you let me know how excited and pleased you were that we got Bobby Collins as a guest.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
Stay healthy.
Have a great every day of your life and throughout till you're 120. Then we'll negotiate for more.
So I'll talk to you again in another 10 years. You'll be around.
I hope you do it before then.
Thanks a lot, Marty.
Okay, thank you. God bless you. You and all your loved ones, all your 2 daughters and everybody in your family. Bye.